Whoa.
Hey, everybody.
Greetings.
Hello. Yeah. Well, I'm doing the cast from outside. I can hear all the cicadas right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they're probably not coming through because of the noise canceling, but they're fucking loud.
Yeah, over there.
I wonder if they're making noise when they're ripping through their current like exoskeleton, or yeah,
just like
yeah.
That's a good question.
Like, go once in a while. We'll be like, hey, I can't go out right now. I'm getting out of my shell right now.
There we go. There we go.
I'll go on Tuesday. You know, like how crazy would that be?
So I'll hear them during the day, but at night I think is when they sound like crazy. So I don't know if they're actually nocturnal or not, or they just don't fucking sleep.
Like giant crickets or something, right? Kind of.
You know, I heard someone say once, it's good to shed your snake skin, like get chain when you feel like it's summertime. I want to, or it's January 1st, right? You shed your snake skin, so maybe you break your cicada shell.
I've also heard someone say, "Hey, I got
that common saying."
That common saying.
I've also heard someone say, "Hey, I got you two, one for both faces."
Whoa.
We're talking about Chimera? Is that what we're talking about?
I think we're all 50-50 on that right now.
But yeah, Chimera, since we are on the topic,
David just keeps talking about Chimera over and over incessantly.
Well, I mean, haven't we? I think we've had a discussion on like the early podcast, like two animals mixed together, who would win in the fight? You know, shark with bat wings.
I thought it was a food dish.
Oh,
but like say
delicious.
Like imagine flying sharks. That'd be kind of fucking scary, you know?
Tornado.
Oh.
Flying
well,
shark.
I think this might have been where we kind of talked about it when we talked about insects, and we talked about what if there was like a fucking a flying spider.
Yeah. Oh, I think they're
flying
supposedly
scorpion.
something like that. Like
there's weird shit in Australia, right? People always
Here it
talk
is.
about the bugs out there.
That's the thing right there. Chimera in its true form.
Oh.
But okay, so here's the thing about chimeras, though. It's like, I could see how these things could be, but they're all a part of an already existing animal mixed with the already existing animal.
Or chlamydia.
Yeah, well, that's a scary one too. Well,
that's what you get.
That's what you get when you are too close to a chlamyra. You end up getting chlamydia because you're mixing too many things and just not good. But yeah, that's the thing is all those animals that like that's a piece of. It's just like they're each their own animal. It's not like, oh, here's a dragon. Like a dragon is its own animal. You know, like those things are like a lion with a fucking goat. You know. So it's, I mean, do you think those things actually existed at one point?
What's a lion and a tiger? Is a liger?
Yeah. I mean, those are very, very similar.
Similar as a feline, I guess, like is what they would be, or
a horse, donkey.
Horse, donkey, but they can't procreate. It's it's kind of more of a man-made thing. I guess it could happen in the wild too, but I guess
around each other.
I know when we were talking about the historical part of it, like being a lion and a snake, a reptile and a mammal being completely different. That'd be wild, but our genetic research and what we're doing could actually make that happen one day? I know you can fuse them together, literally just physically fuse them together, but how do you make your DNA compatible with each other?
I mean, what's the point of doing some of that too? Like what would be
make something new?
Yeah,
make something new.
Just to play God.
Just mix it up, do something wild. Like that's how shit evolves and shit be different.
Yeah, we don't have a camel bear right now.
No, like what if John got mixed with the bear, and it was half John and half John Bear?
And then we just
they've been trying to figure out like ways to probably for self-preservation, right? The whole big story about taking a pig heart, putting it in a human body. The first person didn't live very long. I know, but most people don't live very long. There's the most recent person has lived a little bit longer than everyone so far. So will it, because it's two different creatures, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, then it comes to the ethics too of like, okay, so say if I make James part human, part alligator.
Why me?
Because
I'm just joking. I'm joking.
But can I test on you?
Use me.
Is it human testing if your DNA is altered and not completely human?
Wait a second.
Well, it also it kind of brings up the other thing, like what about like the first person that just got that neural chip in his fucking head?
Yeah, he's part machine now.
Now you're fusing it with the machine. What's the point of doing that? And it's kind of give you a better quality of life. But somebody has to take that first step and figure something out.
Originally it's to help the person that's messed up.
Yeah, but they have to be like flesh. Like, what about if they give you a robotic arm, but it's shaped like a tiger, or they give you a face like a tiger?
You should do that.
Like robotic now. Like, so Chimera, like Chimera 200.
Oh, dude! Now
I wonder if anyone's ever done that.
Now,
I think that's definitely possible.
Gorilla part human.
Grendel fly. Grendel fly, right?
Grendel fly.
But that's the thing is you do get those Grendel fly those freak things like that. It's like you're all throwing up on your food, and The Fly was a real amazing movie.
Got a line right there when you're throwing up on your food to eat. No. Table manners. That's where we draw the line.
But that's
well, there was someone, I guess, in Greek mythology who defeated the Chimera. So if we enter a situation where I was gonna say scenario, a scenario where
hear a word.
Yeah, I just made a new word up right now. That would be encapsulated.
Well, who beat the Chimeras? Who did that?
I don't know if I'm saying this name right, but it's Bellerophon. Bellerophon.
And
that sounds like a made up name.
That
sounds made up.
Was there one Chimera, or is it a breed of animal?
I don't know. Among his greatest feats was killing the Chimera of the Iliad, a monster that Homer depicted with a lion's head, a goat's body, and a serpent's tail. Quote, her breath came out in terrible blasts of burning flame.
So there was one to begin with.
I guess there was that one. Yeah. I think that's the only one.
But I mean, what about, because we can go deeper and be like, hey, are humans chimeras? Because technically we can be starting from an ape-like creature.
But this is also going back into like the light years, you know what I mean? Two kind of the same.
Well, the Anunnaki and all that's the whole thing is they came over here and they're like, hey, let's fix these fools up to make them dig for gold for us. They're kind of primitive, and all we got to do is just get that in them so they can start doing that, and that'll be their main focus in life, and then go from there. And then we evolved into how we are today. So they've changed our bloodline to work for them. There was a
like Man in Black,
like the Scientology movie. Remember with
Battlefield
Pepper? Yeah, because remember he got that machine and he could learn, and then all the monkey people are starting to do that. But it's kind of along the same lines as like, all right, we want these guys to hunt for gold for us because we need it for our planet.
What about like mermaids? Would those
merman? It's merman.
Would that be considered a chimera?
I guess, huh?
I guess you are a chimera.
You fish man. You're a man, not a fish.
That is racist.
No boy.
That's ocean racist.
So you're saying that even if like the Anunnaki like changed the bloodline, so where does this whole monkey and human thing?
Well, the thing is, we know that they're primates.
Of that?
You're talking about the missing link?
You're talking about on a genetic level. On a genetic level, we share overwhelming DNA structure to primates.
Yeah, it's not to say that we came from the primate. We could have been another style of primate next to them, and then it's just like because we know the Neanderthals kind of died out. Some people still have Neanderthal DNA, but
2% or so.
But there could have been like a few different species all racing together, and like the last 3-4 made it, and then because they're saying like chimpanzees are in their Stone Age right now. Like they're actually using tools.
You've been watching too many of those movies.
I'm just telling you.
You know what? I have a little fact that I learned in medical school.
They made a wheel.
Do you know when somebody says your blood type is AB positive or whatever, AB negative or A negative or B positive? Do you know what the positive means?
No, sir.
Okay, so positive means that I think it could be 85% of the population are actually positive, or it could be negative. I'm pretty sure it's positive. 85% of the population has that positive gene, and what it is, it's the gene is from the rhesus monkey. It's spelled RHUREEUSU or something like that. His name Rhesus is spelled. So only a certain part of the population has that positive gene, which is the same that's in a monkey. Have you heard that, John?
Wait, did you say what's the name of it again?
The Rhesus monkey.
I think Reese's Pieces. I love those.
I think they'll call it RH positive too sometimes, but RHUSUS. Yeah, Reese's like Reese's peanut butter cups is the way it's pronounced, but it's spelled like RHU. I just remember that from medical school that they actually told us that, and I always believed it since.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
Well,
that would like say that maybe we are all different species, and then most of it, 85% of it, would be the positive, and then the other one would be like the negative or the other types of blood. You know, because
why different blood? Like
why do people have different blood?
Yeah, antigens and antibodies on the surface of red blood cells, defining the 4 major groups.
I'm sure a lot of it has to do with where you originate from, where you grew up from, and a lot of things in the food that people are eating around it. You know, if you're not used to eating something that's a little foreign, your body kind of rejects it, and it kind of pushes it away. So you develop antigens just over time because of that certain reason. Reason is what I would think.
So blood is regional.
Do you think? Yeah, it could be, Vince. It could be. Do you?
Well, they said that
originally it was, but now it's so humanity has it's shrunk and grown and shrunk and grown several times.
Well, it has, and if you're thinking like just like animals, like when they say dogs that are mixed breeds and they're more mutts, they live longer than ones that are pure breeds. You know what I mean? They have more different different things to combat it. You know, because of the different environments and where they're at. So why wouldn't it be the same for people? Somebody, I don't know the studies on it, but wouldn't you think somebody that's more of a mixed race would be?
There could be validity to that. There could be, in my opinion.
And I don't know.
But that goes to the bloodline, the chlamydia, all that stuff. You know, we have different blood in humans. You know, it just seems like we were different animals at one point. But and then somehow we all got here together.
And we're still mixing it up.
Yeah.
Still mix it up.
Still trying to see what the end result's going to be. Maybe that's what human is like humanity is evolution, and whatever scale we're on, we're just like seeing it. It's like, okay, you got to see it on the bigger scale to see the actual transformation,
Well, is that also AI?
Yeah.
Is AI still humanity?
Were we here to create AI? Because to me, AI seems like it's alive.
I don't know if it was to do it, but it's happening.
No, I mean, like it's a step in it. It's like,
oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
I just don't get sometimes how like in 200 years, 300 years, we came this far, right? But like civilizations before us, like they were there 20,000 years, 50,000 years ago. Like I trip out how they're like, there's got to be technology like metal and shit like that. You know what I mean? Because if we are doing this in such a short amount of time now in this time, like how is it that 10,000 years ago, those people that lived for 5,000 years, in that time frame, they couldn't freaking figure that out either?
It could be the suppression of technology, because it's
it could be that, but it could also be that exponentially factor where we're just hyping up right now compared to where it's gone before. We're at that point right now. And this back then, that technology they had there, they may have been thinking the same thing. Hey, how do we already have fucking stone cutting tools and this whole generation behind took them this long to get here? But they probably weren't even thinking about that the last generation because they didn't have that technology there either.
Yeah, something's happening, and I think everyone's feeling it in real time. We're like, well, we've never seen the world change so quick. I mean, it seems it's like almost year to year now, It's like, wow, like leaps and bounds, in our technology. And
yeah, it's going fucking fast. Like, I mean, it's even like freaking like doing this type of shit.
Yeah.
And then them living for 5,000 years, they couldn't figure out like that far ahead,
There was a time where we were all having these conversations in my apartment. And now we're all spread out all over the place. And we're still able to communicate and still stick together. So it's kind of cool. We're still able to keep in touch and still almost be like how we always are. But we're in the fucking future.
Well, I think at least we all would still agree that, babies still have the right to live.
Yeah, that's true. And on that note.
Neighborhood best.
All right. See y'all.
Peace.
Oh, all right.
Mr. John.
What a day.
You guys are looking great. guys look up like you did a little bit ago.
Yeah. Well, I'm doing the cast from outside. I can hear all the cicadas right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're probably not coming through because of noise canceling, but they're fucking loud.
Over there.
I wonder if they're making noise when they're ripping through their current like exoskeleton, or it's like